Hello everyone, today we're going back to the retro series. I have 33 out of the 61 that I need to complete this, even though, to be quite honest with you, I'm sure multiple other series will be released soon, and this one will slowly fade away. But until that time comes, we'll open some more and maybe try a few in real life. Or, if they're not edible, we'll just compare them with today's packaging. Now, let's start opening these. Alright, this is a promising start. We have a new mini. This is the Armor All Protectant. Protects and beautifies. For vinyl, rubber, and plastic. I don't recognize this company. Oh, it's exactly the same on the other side. That's interesting. Is this the same company that now is called Arm & Hammer? Because they kind of have the same colors too, right? It's like a yellowish. It says Armor All. There's a little Viking there with a hammer. It's almost like this miniature is messing with us because it says, save $2 now, see back for details. And then you turn it to see the details and it says, save $2 now, see back for details. And then you turn it back, same thing. Okay, so now that I see this other logo on the collector's guide, I know what this company is. It's not Arm & Hammer like I thought it is. Alright, we got a duplicate. This is the Kodak Gold film, and it's happening again. Every single time I see Kodak, I'm thinking about that Pitbull song. I wish I could play a few seconds of it, but I'm gonna get a copyright strike. However, I can put the name of the song right here on the screen. Yep, I did get the actual box of film, even though I couldn't find the exact one. I mean, probably because the packaging for the mini is retro and this is the new one. It cost me $8, I think, and then I also paid $9 for shipping, which I thought was funny. Oh my god, this brings back so many memories. I haven't touched one of these in years. The amount of nostalgia. Yeah, it seems like I didn't get the exact one because this has 12 exposures and this one has 36. But I think everything else is pretty much the same. Well, maybe not, or at least not when compared to this one. So this is another miniature from the retro series. And as you can see, this one has 800, this one has 200, 24, 36, but you know, close enough. Everything else looks pretty much identical. It's just that we don't have this little tab of film over here, but that's fine. I also purchased this vintage looking Kodak camera for about $30 on Amazon. It did actually come like this with a damaged package, but that's fine. Interestingly enough, it just takes one AAA battery. I'm not even sure I remember how to put this in, but I'll give it a try. Okay, I'm definitely doing something wrong here. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I watched a quick tutorial and I think I got it now. So, let's see. Am I just taking pictures of just the wall? Don't you have to do it like a few times until it gets to a certain number maybe? I'm not sure, but I think it's good right now. Maybe. Let's turn on the flash. It was always fun to hear that thing when it kind of like charges. That is so neat. Brings back so many memories, but I don't think I ever put the film inside. Maybe my dad or my mom did it because I don't actually remember how to put it in at all. Let's do another picture like this. Oh, wait. Forgot to do the thingy. Say cheese. Oh, I was like, is this a new miniature? I mean, technically it is, but it's still the Pringles potato chips, but in metallic form. And as far as I'm concerned, it looks a lot better than the regular one. I'm not a huge fan of metallic ones in general, but this one with the red, it actually looks really good. I wish Pringles would come out with a can like this and actually name it Luxury, just like it is on the collector's guide. It is pretty impressive that we opened two pouches and both of them are, you know, new minis. That is very rare, but maybe I jinxed myself now and I'm gonna get all duplicates. Here's a packet or tube of Mentos. I'm not sure exactly how would you call this type of packaging, but one thing I can tell you for sure is that I prefer the packaging that they have nowadays. It's a whole lot better in my opinion. Haven't seen this one in a while, the Haribo gummy bears. This is a very nice looking gold package. And on the package we have some writing in German, Gold Baron mit Farbstoff. And I know I have very much Americanized how I said that, but in the first video I did on this retro series, I did get one of these, and then I was trying to decipher what it says here. I want to thank all my viewers from Germany, or, German-speaking people, that let me know in the comments that the translation is golden bears with food coloring. I knew that mit means with, but I thought Farbstoff means something like, I don't know, fruit flavor or something like that. So yeah, you guys should keep commenting, because even though I can't respond to all of them, I do strive to actually read all of them. We have the Sunmaid California Seedless Raisins, and it is interesting how the packaging hasn't changed much, other than maybe adding nutrition info and other, stuff that wasn't required back then. And now, thanks to your comments, I know that the lady on this package is Lorraine Colette. You guys mentioned that she was changed a few times after, but definitely in 2020 when they went with a new model. And if you're curious, Lorraine Colette Peterson was an American model who was hired to promote a corporate trademark as the Sunmaid Girl. We're gonna put it right here next to the other one because it's a duplicate. All right, so this is the package we're all used to, right? This is the miniature, but guess what? I found an even tinier real-life package, and these are so cute. They're kind of like snack size, I guess. And for comparison, this is the regular one, this is the mini one, and here's the mini brands version, which is not too far off from this one. I actually enjoy raisins, but I rarely eat them in this form, just snacking on them. I like to have them covered in chocolate. Obviously, you guys are probably like, yeah, well, that's not surprising at all. But there actually is another way I like my raisins, and that is in ice cream. Specifically, I really like this Häagen-Dazs rum raisin ice cream. I don't know if you guys ever tried it or not, but trust me, even if you don't like raisins, you're gonna love this ice cream. I'm telling you, if you've never had ice cream like this, you need to give it a try. Or rather, if you haven't had raisins in combination with ice cream, you need to give it a try. Well, here's another new mini, which honestly looks better than the gold one. I think I have two of the gold ones, which are supposed to be rare, but this is actually the first time I'm getting a regular one. It's a number 8 Crayola gold metal tin with, I'm guessing, let's see, does it say how many crayons are in here? I'm pretty sure it's not 8, right? It's just a number there to kind of like separate the line of colors that they have in this particular one. That didn't make any sense. Oh yeah, I think it is 8. Well, 8 colors, but maybe that means, maybe you get 2 of each, so then it's 16 in one of these. I don't know, but if it's just 8 of them, then this tin in real life is smaller than we actually imagine. Because based on the mini, I'm imagining a tin that's kind of like this big. Maybe this tall, with a whole bunch of crayons inside. Very good looking mini though, nice vibrant colors. And like I said, even though I'm a sucker for gold, this one actually looks better. So let's put it down here, mark it as found on the collector's guide, and then move on. All right, we got another new miniature, and this is quite exciting. I'm so surprised that we're getting new ones, especially at this point in the collection. I mean, there's just 61 to collect in total, and just after opening, the second ball, we got 1, 2, 3, and then 4, which is kind of crazy, but obviously in a good way. So the thing we got here is the Campbell's condensed tomato soup. Even though the can nowadays doesn't look as vintage as this, it's quite close. I mean, it's kind of like the same colors. Yeah, I feel like for the most part, it hasn't changed too much. Let's see what it says here on the back. The best obtainable fresh meats, poultry, butter, vegetables, etc. are used in preparing our soups. This alone is the secret of their high quality. And then for directions, it says make 6 portions, which I'm guessing they're trying to say that it makes 6 portions. Add 1 and 1/2 pints of boiling water to contents of this can. Heat and serve. I'm not sure why do you have to heat it if you just added boiling water to it. Oh well. And over here it says kinds, which I'm guessing they're trying to refer to dishes that you can add this to. We got oxtail, which is a very popular Jamaican dish. Tomato chicken bouillon consommé. I don't know if everything is together or separate, but yeah. Vegetable tomato okra. Mock turtle. Okay, that's weird. Mulligatawny vermicelli tomato. Chicken gumbo. Clam bouillon, clam chowder, mutton broth, pepper pot, and then they're just kind of like listing ingredients like asparagus, julienne, which is a way of cutting vegetables, or maybe they're referring to julienne celery, beef, pea. All right, that's as confusing as you can get. I'm not sure exactly what they mean by all that, but it's a new mini. It's a really nice looking mini. So let's mark it as found and move on. So here's the real thing in today's packaging, the Campbell's condensed tomato soup. Very similar, nothing much changed except maybe the font. In general, I guess the design, but not too much. I just noticed that this one doesn't have one of these little thingies, but that's probably how it was in the past. It's not a mistake on Mini Brand's part or anything. Let's see what are the instructions nowadays. Mix soup plus 1 can of water, or for creamier soup, 1 can milk or milk substitute. That sounds a little bit weird to add milk to this, but I don't know. I do want it to be creamier, so I think that's how I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna go add some milk and I'll be right back. Well, here it is. It was really weird to add milk to tomato soup, but oh well, it is creamy. I don't know how much or how less creamier it would have been if I added water, but you know, it smells really good. I can tell you that much. So I've never actually had Campbell's tomato soup, so this is gonna be a first. I hope it's not too hot. That is actually pretty good. And you know that if I'm going in for seconds, I actually like it. It's not like it blows my shoes off and I'm gonna go buy more, but it's good. And I can see how you can eat this in combination with other stuff, maybe not just by itself like this. I'm curious if they offer any recommendation. Yep. Great paired with grilled cheese. That's pretty much the only recommendation they offer, so it might actually go really well with the grilled cheese. Too bad I don't have. I got this from Culver's, which I don't know if you guys have Culver's around you. So obviously I did have a grilled cheese sandwich before, but I have never had it with tomato soup. So this is going to be another first for me. By the way, based on where you're watching from, you might not have this fast food chain around you, Culver's, but if you do and you've never tried them before, I think you should because you're missing out. They have a lot of stuff like burgers, chicken sandwiches, and all, you know, the usual stuff, but they do have these concretes and ice creams that, oh my god. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, you should, I don't know, find out. Also, do not blame Culver's for this looking the way it does. I actually purchased this like at least 3 or 4 hours ago. Without further ado, let's dip it into the tomato soup. I guess that's how you do it, right? You dip it. All right, in it goes. Oh yeah, I get it now. And this sandwich is not even like warm or, you know, with the cheese melty. I can only imagine how it is if it's fresh, but it is pretty darn good. I can tell you that much. I could definitely eat like 3 or 4 of these, no problem. We are back at Charlie perfume. Whenever I come across one of these, I know a lot of you out there are being hit really hard with nostalgia. So I'm really sorry, but I do hope it's good memories. And in here we got a big box of bananas. To be more precise, these are Dole bananas. And thank you so much to everyone that mentioned in the comments how I should pronounce this. There's one specific comment that explained it the best, you know, how I should pronounce this. And they said it's like pole, but instead of P, you put the D. So it's like Dole. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. And then also someone mentioned that they've never seen bananas in the box and they were surprised, like, why are bananas in the box? Well, that's because these are huge boxes and this is how they used to come to the store, and then they would probably take them out from here and then arrange them nicely for people to grab them. So yeah, you would not go out to the store and actually buy a whole box of these because yeah, there's a lot of bananas in there. By some crazy miracle, we're still getting new minis, which is great. This here is the sugar-free Fresca, and it's a Coca-Cola product. If I'm not mistaken, nowadays Fresca has all kinds of flavors, and I can't see anything written on this can, so I'm not sure what flavor was this. But I'm surprised to see it's sugar-free because I thought that maybe Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi were the only ones that were sugar-free. I'm sure this can will bring a hefty dose of nostalgia to some of you, but honestly, it doesn't ring any bells to me. I don't have any memories of these. But if you've seen it before and you know exactly what flavor it was, please let me know in the comments. I'm really curious. And while you do that, I'm gonna put this right here, grab the collector's guide and mark it as found. All right, so here's how Fresca looks nowadays. And this is the grapefruit citrus. And this is original, even though I'm gonna show you in a little bit, I got a couple extra cans of different flavors. They all say original, but this was actually the first flavor I was introduced to. And I do not remember 100% if the other ones were even available when I tried this for the first time. So the other flavors are cherry Fresca and my personal favorite, peach Fresca. If you've never tried this particular flavor of Fresca, the peach one, I suggest you give it a try. Like I said, it is my favorite, but then again, I like peaches and everything that's peach flavored. And even though I had all these flavors before, I need to take a sip. Seriously though, try the peach Fresca. Here's a duplicate of the number 8 Crayola box, not tin this time. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first duplicate of the box, which is kind of weird because I got 2 of the gold ones and just now I got 2 of these. It's really funny how sometimes the common ones are harder to find while the luxury ones or the rare ones are easier to find. Okay, what do we have here? Better Homes and Gardens new cookbook. We got a book and it's plastic this time. It doesn't open, but it looked as if it could open. See, there's a seam over there. Maybe if I put enough force on it, it will open. No, never mind. It doesn't open, but it does look pretty good. Although I wish that it was actually a book and not plastic, you know? I'm really not sure why they cannot make this in paper form since they already have the Mini Brands book series. So it's not like they have to reinvent the technology or anything to make them, you know, paper form, not plastic. Same thing happened with the Home series where they had the magazines and they were literally just a plastic tile with some stickers on the front and on the back. So yeah, I don't get it, but this one at least looks better than the magazines from the Home series. And I just realized now that the cookbook is actually part of the iconic category, which is pretty cool. These are supposed to be really hard to find, and I'm guessing the most hardest to find are the legendary ones, which we got one. I really want the Planters cheese balls, by the way. But anyway, in the meantime, let's mark this one as found and move on. Got ourselves a little bit of peanut butter. Skippy creamy peanut butter. We have a couple of these, but they're pretty nice. I like them. You do, however, need a little bit of this mounting putty to stay in place on my set here and look nice. Otherwise, they kind of like just roll all over the place. This is really cool. We got the Ever Ready Energizer Long Life Alkaline for all uses. We got a couple batteries in there, and while I'm really tempted to open this, I do need a duplicate to do that. But look at them, they're actually inside there. I'm so curious if they're plastic or something else. I think they're plastic. I don't want to squeeze them too hard and mess them up in case they're not plastic. But this, in my opinion, is one of the best minis in this series. Is that just me? What do you guys think about it? Now here's a quick look at the size of these miniatures for those of you interested. This segment always goes by quickly, so you'll obviously have to rewatch it and pause at whatever mini you are interested in. As usual, I hope you find this information useful and that it helps you decide whether you'll get these for your project or not. We got another jar of Skippy creamy peanut butter. Is this maybe a sign? Should I go grab the jar? I like peanut butter, but especially I like it in combination with chocolate or, you know, other stuff. Like for example, something sweet. I just love the contrast and the combination between peanut butter, which is kind of like, you know, nutty and, well, obviously nutty, and kind of like salty, and then something really sweet like chocolate or jelly or jam or, you know, anything else you can think of. Here's how Skippy creamy peanut butter looks like nowadays. A lot more fun, vibrant, cool colors. It really doesn't compare to how they used to do it back in the day. And of course, we're gonna do a quick taste test. Haven't had Skippy in a long time. I did have other brands of peanut butter, but not Skippy. There's like a divide, right, between people liking Skippy or Jiffy. To me, it's almost all the same. Oh god, that's good. My mouth is watering profusely. Okay, so there's that. I also got extra crunchy super chunk. I couldn't find the just chunky or crunchy, you know, the usual one. This is like extra super duper, that type of thing, which I guess is good because I'm getting to try something new, slightly new. Let's see how crunchy and chunky it is. The way these come off, by the way, it's so satisfying. Oh yeah, that is more peanut than butter. Okay, let me give it a try. Wait a minute. This is actually really good. It's so crazy how much difference texture can make. I don't know if peanut butter in general is just peanut butter. You know, they add all the other stuff. So whenever you get the chunky one, you have more, I don't know, natural stuff in there with less additives because they don't need as much because they fill in everything else with peanuts, regular peanuts, you know? But let me tell you, this on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I think it's a game changer. I do have another one for us to try, which I haven't seen before, and it's this one over here, the Roasted Honey Nut Skippy Creamy Peanut Butter Spread. It's Smells really nice. Let's see how it tastes. It seems to be a little bit more thick than that one. Even the color is slightly different, but I guess at the end of the day, it's all in the taste. It's good, but it's not something crazy, or it almost feels like it's not even peanut butter, as if it's something that's trying to imitate peanut butter. I'm not sold on it, to be honest, and now I have a full jar, so maybe I should figure out to make something, you know, that I can incorporate it in. Oh, did you actually think that was it with the peanut butter? No. What I actually did is I went online and I searched for weird but delicious combinations between peanut butter and other ingredients. And I did try most of those crazy combinations, which they weren't really crazy in my opinion. It was like banana, chocolate, jelly, dipping pretzels in it, or, you know, all kinds of things like that. And I'm like, no, man, I want something crazy, something bonkers that you would never think it goes well together. And as you can see here, eventually I stumbled over pickles to be a good combination with peanut butter, and then baked beans, which I thought was kind of crazy, but I'm like, okay, I will try almost anything at least once. I don't even know why I pulled 2 slices out of there, because it might be really bad actually. But yeah, I have an open mind and I'm always adventurous and like to try new things. So yeah, let's give this one a try first. I mean, it should be good, right? Yeah, it is actually good. That is interesting. Now it just makes me think like what other types of pickles I could try this with. But surprisingly, the combination works, at least for me. Think about it. The peanut butter is very creamy, rich, and very nutty. And the pickle is sour and crunchy and has that really strong dill flavor. Yeah, in my book, it's a win. I don't know about the baked beans though, but I'll give it a try. So since all this is mine, and no one else will try it, I can double dip however much I want, and I can even do something like this because I don't know how else to do it. I just took some peanut butter here, and then I'm gonna do this. I know some of you there are you don't have a very strong stomach, so hopefully you're still here watching this. Taste-wise, it's good. It kind of goes together, but I don't like the fact that this is very creamy, and then also the beans are very mushy and creamy, you know? I mean, you can always kind of like control the ratios, or maybe you can have the chunky peanut butter with this, but yeah, it doesn't go as well as the pickles. The pickles, definitely a win. I definitely recommend you try this one. Here's another really cool vintage looking packet of Crayola, which I've said in the past, but it kind of looks like the packaging of a nice stick of cards. Just gonna put it right over here. And we got a duplicate. Keep getting all these little things, probably from the package. The Better Homes and Garden new cookbook. We got 2 of them now. Let's move the batteries out of the way. Put this here, and then the batteries can just go and start a new row over here. There we go, that's much better. Oh, there we go. Speaking of batteries, we just got another pack of Energizer batteries. So remember what I said, that I need a duplicate in order to open this? Well, I got it, so let's open it and see what's inside. I know, this probably hurt a lot of you, but I really like opening things, you know? Just want to be extra careful because I don't want to break it. I mean, not the packaging, obviously, the batteries inside. Oh my god. These are actually plastic. Look at them. They're so tiny. They look perfect. I mean, the amount of detail on a miniature that's this tiny, it's incredible. And honestly, this might just be the best miniature in the series. I mean, I forgot what other miniatures are in here, you know, that we didn't get yet, but this one, I mean, come on. Look at that detail. Even the bottom, the top part with that little knob thingy, whatever that's called. Great job, Mini Brands. You really did it with this one. And in case some of you want to know the size of these, here you go. It's almost exactly 1/2 inch. And then here's the thickness. And the last package, we got a little bit of a disappointment. The Mentos. I kind of don't like this mini, to be honest with you. Not because the package is old school and I prefer today's packaging. It's just, I don't know. I just don't like it. So I'm gonna gently place it over here. Another duplicate. So we opened 4 balls and found 7 more unique minis, which is just incredible. Now we have 40 out of the 61 that are part of this retro series, and I do hope with all my heart that you enjoyed the twist on this video with buying the real products in addition to just opening the Mini Brands balls. Thanks in advance for all your likes, comments, and for subscribing. And now, as usual, you guys stay golden and keep on shining until the next video. Bye bye.